Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. February 13, 2026. Before sunrise, the air on Pag-asa Island is heavy with salt and tension. On the western shore, Philippine Marines scan the horizon as dozens of Chinese maritime militia vessels form a menacing cordon. The BRP Gabriela Silang radios in, "The Chinese ships ignore all challenges. A silent wall of steel." This is daily life for the few hundred Filipinos here. Fishermen work under foreign watch. Children play in the shadow of a superpower. Every supply run is a test of nerves. Every morning, flag raising an act of defiance. The Philippine flag is more than a symbol. It's resistance against a campaign to make Manila's position untenable. Tension crackles in radio chatter and worried conversations echoing all the way to Manila, Beijing, and Washington. The Marine commander reviews his orders: defend the island, but avoid escalation. A single misstep could turn this cold standoff into a hot conflict. China's cabbage strategy, wrapping the island in layers of ships, threatens to choke off Pag-asa. For the world, this tiny island is a flashpoint, its fate tied to the future of international law and the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. The drama here is about more than reefs and rocks. It's about whether rules or raw power will decide the region's future. As the sun rises, the reality of the new day is clear. Pag-asa sits at the heart of one of the world's most dangerous disputes. Pag-asa Island, Thitu Island internationally, is the second largest natural feature in the Spratlys, just 37 hectares of sand and grass. It has a runway, a handful of buildings and a small Filipino community. Its location, 480 kilometers west of Palawan, places it squarely within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, or EEZ. Under international law, the Philippines has rights to the resources here: fish, oil, gas, while foreign nations may pass through but not exploit. Pag-asa is the administrative center of Kalayaan, a municipality whose name means freedom. By maintaining a functioning local government, Manila demonstrates this is not just a military outpost, but a living part of the republic. The island's airstrip is one of the few in the Spratlys able to handle military transport, making it a vital logistical hub. Its location allows the Philippines to monitor nearby Chinese artificial islands and assert its claim. In a region defined by military presence, Pag-asa is Manila's most significant piece on the chessboard. The Spratly Islands are a scattered collection of over 100 islands, reefs, and atolls, claimed by China, Taiwan, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. The stakes: national pride, control of shipping lanes, and potential oil and gas reserves. Vietnam occupies the most features. China controls 7, but has built the largest military bases, and the Philippines holds 9, with Pag-asa the most important. Malaysia and Taiwan also maintain outposts. Brunei claims but does not occupy any feature. Some outposts are little more than shacks on stilts. Others, like Pag-asa and Ituaba, are true islands. China's land reclamation has created sprawling artificial islands with runways and military installations. This crowded militarized environment is a powder keg. Naval and Coast Guard vessels shadow each other, fishermen are harassed, and a minor incident could spark a crisis. There's no binding code of conduct, and nationalistic pressures run high. The Spratlys are a beautiful but dangerous neighborhood, where suspicion is the norm. Every day, the risk of miscalculation looms. The Philippines' claim to Pag-asa is rooted in both discovery and law. In 1956, Tomas Cloma claimed the area as Freedom Land, drawing Manila's attention. By 1971, the Philippines garrisoned Pag-asa, moving from private claim to state occupation. In 1978, President Marcos formally annexed the Kalayaan Island group, making it part of Palawan. Manila's legal argument: continuous peaceful administration, civilian community, local government, and military presence, proves sovereignty. Pag-asa is a town, not just a military outpost, with a voting electorate and civilian infrastructure. Its location within the Philippines' EEZ, as defined by UNCLOS, strengthens Manila's claim to surrounding waters and resources. The island is a physical marker of the Philippines' rights in the West Philippine Sea. It anchors Manila's legal and diplomatic efforts against expansive claims by neighbors. For the Philippines, Pag-asa is both shield and symbol. Life on Pag-asa is a blend of civilian routine and military vigilance. About 200 civilians, fishermen, municipal workers, families, live alongside rotating soldiers. Their presence is strategic to show Pag-asa is a real community, not just a military post. The government provides subsidies and basic infrastructure, a municipal hall, health center, school, and communications tower. Children attend school, residents vote, and community events are held, but isolation and tension are constant. Supplies must be shipped or flown in, often under threat from foreign vessels. The military garrison monitors the area, documents Chinese presence, and defends the territory. Confrontations with Chinese vessels have grown more frequent and aggressive, raising the stakes for everyone. Recent upgrades, concreted runway, new port, improved facilities, are vital for both residents and military. Every improvement is closely watched and often protested by China, which swarms the island with ships to intimidate and disrupt. Each bag of cement, each new building, is a small victory in a larger struggle. On Pag-asa, daily life is an act of sovereignty. The island's future depends on the resilience of its people and the resolve of its defenders. While the Philippines upgrades, Pag-asa China has transformed 7 reefs into massive militarized artificial islands since 2013. Using dredgers, China created over 3,200 acres of new land, building runways, ports, and military bases, especially on Mischief, Subi, and Fiery Cross reefs. Subi Reef, just 26 kilometers from Pag-asa, now hosts a sprawling base with a 3,000-meter runway and advanced radar. These islands are heavily fortified, bristling with missiles and sensors, functioning as unsinkable aircraft carriers. China can now monitor, control, and potentially deny access to the entire South China Sea. Vietnam has also expanded and fortified its outposts, adding to the region's militarization. The result, a multi-sided arms race on the reefs, raising the risk of conflict and making peaceful settlement harder. The balance of power in the Spratlys has shifted, and the stakes have never been higher. Facing China's pressure, the Philippines turned to international law. In 2013, Manila filed a case at The Hague under UNCLOS, seeking clarity on maritime rights, not sovereignty. The 2016 tribunal ruling was a landmark. It invalidated China's 9-dash line and confirmed that features like Mischief and Subi reefs are part of the Philippines' EEZ. The court found China had violated Philippine rights by building islands and interfering with fishing and exploration. China rejected the ruling, and the tribunal has no enforcement power. Still, the decision is the legal backbone of Manila's diplomatic and legal strategy. The Philippines now uses the ruling to rally support and defend its maritime rights. Building on the arbitral award, the Philippines passed the Maritime Zones Act in early 2026. The law defines the country's maritime zones, internal waters, territorial sea, EEZ, and continental shelf, in line with UNCLOS and the tribunal's findings. It gives government agencies clear authority to enforce Philippine law in these zones, targeting illegal fishing and unauthorized activities. The act translates international victory into domestic law, strengthening the hand of those on the front lines. It also signals to the world that Manila's claims are grounded in law, not just rhetoric. The Philippines is drawing clear lines, on maps, in law, and at sea. The West Philippine Sea is on a knife's edge. China's gray zone tactics, harassment without open conflict, are intensifying, aiming to wear down Manila's resolve. The Philippines is pushing back, publicizing Chinese aggression, and rallying domestic and international support. Security alliances with the US, Japan, and Australia are being strengthened through joint patrols and exercises. The dispute is a test of freedom of navigation and the credibility of international law. Trillions in global trade pass through these waters. Any conflict would have global consequences. For Filipinos, the stakes are existential: food security, energy, and national dignity. The West Philippine Sea is a lifeline for coastal communities and a symbol of sovereignty. The defense of Pag-asa is now a national rallying point. The future depends on Manila's ability to balance diplomacy, law, and defense. The world is watching to see if rules or force will decide the region's fate. As gray ships linger on the horizon, the struggle for Pag-asa continues. The next move is uncertain, but the resolve of its defenders is not.